What's up, everybody? So welcome back to my channel, Green Man Grows 7. I'm Sean Knight, and today, for spring, I don't know, it's not giving me much. We still have some sporadic weather here in Chi-Town, but let's keep it moving. Check out that. This is my Monstera Albo Tiger. And so I grew this from a cutting. It didn't have anything on it but an aerial root when I got it. And so here we go. Now this, uniquely enough, this one right here, this little leaf right here is when we had that Arctic vortex in the wintertime. It just didn't do anything more than that. But I'm leaving it on there. I'm going to let it do what it's going to do. But look at that. I like that. That's why they call it the tiger. It's a white tiger because of the variegation. This is how I like variegation. I don't want too much white because the white, for me, some people love that white, and for you that do, go for what you like. But for me, this is enough of the white variegation because too much over a period of time, it's just going to brown off and then you have to cut it and all of that. But for me, this is just enough of the variegation. And if you can see on the stem how it has the variegation there. So I'm hoping that the next portion of growth will continue to give me variegation because, as you know, this thing right here may go green. And if it does, then I may cut it back, I may not. I may just let it do what it's going to do. I'm not sure. But isn't that spectacular? I just like it. And if you like variegation like this, leave me a comment below and let me know that how you feel about variegation. Because some people want it to be more variegation where it's more white, maybe half of it, half moon, white on one side, green and white on the other side. For me, this is just enough, and with this being the newest leaf, it's starting to give me just the same amount of variegation as the previous leaf. And so I'm in love with that right there. So I'm hoping that, because I'm trying to get my Monstera game up, because philodendrons, alocasias all up in here in this loft. But my Monstera game is lower than I like it, and so I have this one, but then I also have this one. So check this baby out right here. Now the unique thing about this one is I purchased this cutting before I got the previous one that I showed you. I purchased this one, and the only thing it's done is that the leaf has gotten bigger. But now I'm gonna take this out so you can see, because I don't want to drop anything. Check out that new growth. Can you see that new growth point right there? So it's just starting to give me a new growth point after a year. So I've had this for a whole entire year, and it's just starting to give me this growth point, which is fine. I'm not mad about it. At first I thought I was duped. I was like, okay, they sold me a cutting that's not going to grow. But I hung in there. So today's lesson, patience and hang in there. But I had to say that because I kept watering it. I keep it under a grow light, especially during the winter time. And so now that it is spring, as though it's in the 50s here in Chicago, but spring, it's giving me a new growth point. So I'm happy about that. And so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. This is a little different than the previous plant for comparison's sake. Just a little bit different. But I'm going to allow this one to grow. And I think what I'm going to do with this one is whatever it does, it's going to be. So if it just continues to grow, if it gives me variegation and it stops and a new leaf emerges and it doesn't have any variegation on it, I'm just going to let it grow. I'm not going to cut it back. I'm going to let it do what it's doing. But what do you think about that? Isn't that something? Isn't that something right there? Just beautiful. Forgive me for that. But isn't that something? So again, let me know, what is your take on the variegation? Do you like high variegation? Do you like the variegation that's more white and you don't care, and as long as it's beautiful you'll let it do what it's going to do? Or is it going to be one of those scenarios where I just want some variegation? See, that's how I am. I just want some variegation. Every plant doesn't have to be variegated to the point that it's to the next level. Just a little bit speckle here and there sometimes on a plant. Because when I look at, like when you go in nature, if you go to one of the what am I trying to say? One of the places that sells all of the different plants, and you see all of the plants on the wall, or you see all of them stationed in the way that they're stationed. You have the green one there. You may have the one with the burgundy petioles there. You have the one that's variegated next to it. And to see the whole buffet of the plants as they would be in nature, everything is not variegated. And I'm not saying if you love variegated, there's nothing wrong with it, because I do like it. But I don't have to have variegated everywhere, because I got enough plants in here to give me variegation. But I do like this a lot. And so, like I said, I am trying to upgrade on my Monstera. Tell me, what do you have in your collection for Monstera? What should I get now? Next, I should say. With the Monstera, I got a Thai constellation, and then I have these two albos, and I have a regular Monstera deliosa. And I think that is about all that I have for the Monstera. So what should I get next? What do you guys recommend? Leave me a comment below and let me know. If you haven't, like this video, subscribe if you haven't. More to come. I got some nice stuff scheduled for the summer, whenever we get summer weather. Peace.